Joe Denley produced a stunning innings, a career-best unbeaten 116 as Kent Spitfires chased down a target in excess of 200 to beat Surrey by 8 wickets with 3 balls to spare in that NatWest T20 Blast match at the Oval. Sam Northeast inserted after winning the toss and then perhaps watched in horror as Jason Roy and Aaron Finch smashed an opening stand of 108 in the game's first 9 overs. 74 of those runs came in an explosive power play, with Finch aiming to destroy James Treadwell, who conceded 23 runs in his first over, the big-hitting Aussie striking 3 successive sixes off the spinner. Roy, meanwhile, raced to a 50 off only 26 balls, this just an example of the 8-4s he hit in that, Surrey having 3 figures on the board in over number 9. Mitch Claydon then crucially produced a wicket that was so badly needed. Roy held by Treadwell for 55 as for once the batsman clothed his shot. Then next ball at the beginning of a new over, Denley began an amazing personal match by bowling Finch with his first delivery, the batsman gone for 49. Treadwell's had better nights, his 3 overs costing 48 runs with Kumar Sangakkara, the next to go after him with back-to-back maximums in the 13th. Thankfully, the Sri Lankan legend didn't do much more. Adam Milne back on to have him held by Alex Blake on 24. But a final score of more than 200 still looked on, with Ollie Pope and Dominic Sibley both clearing the rope at a 4th wicket stand, which added 39 runs in 28 balls. The last 2 overs, however, swung the momentum towards Kent. Sibley skillfully yorked by Milne after making 33. The Kiwi then producing the kicked run out of Sam Curran, the penultimate over crucially costing only 3, Surrey settling for 203 for 5 from their 20 overs. Needing more than 10 runs and over to reverse that result in Cheltenham on the previous day, clearly Kent needed a rapid response, and even though the first over only brought a single and the power play 47 runs, both Daniel Belldrummond and Denley kept their wickets intact to lay a platform. Denley then picked up the pace once the fielding restrictions were lifted, even though the Spitfires were left to find 115 more runs off the final 10, Denley passing a 50 from 33 balls. He then launched into an over from Sibley, 3 maximums being struck in an 11th over that went for 21 to put the visitors right back in this contest, those in the dugout doubtless enjoying every minute of this chase. Credit, of course, has to go to Belldrummond, who played his role perfectly, reaching his own half-century off 36 balls, his 6th boundary taking him to his mark. Denley then brought the target down to 48 off the last 5 with his 6th 6 as he sprinted into the 90s, his stand with Belldrummond moving up to 163, a record for Kent in this format. Belldrummond finally fell for 62 to the bowling of Jade Dernbach, and 36 runs were left to find for the final 4. Sam Billings was soon into his stride, while at the other end Denley completed a scintillating century, just his 2nd in this format. He had reached 3 figures off only 54 balls, his 2nd 50 using up just 21. But the nerves would have been setting in when he lost Billings at the other end for 16, 17 more runs to get with a dozen balls of this splendid match remaining. But Denley kept his cool, taking the target down to 7 off the last over, and it was fitting that he was there at the end, his tally of 4s taken up to 10 to add to his 6 sixes. A Ravi Rampal no ball ended the match with Denley on 116 made from just 63 deliveries, an extraordinary performance from a man at the peak of his powers just now. The 8-wicket win sees Kent up to 2nd in the South Group, with 2 wins from 3, and a big crowd is now expected for the rematch with Gloucestershire in Canterbury on Tuesday. We certainly hope to see you there.